right, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get everybody up on here. There we go. Let me see.
That doesn't mean I am doing it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, welcome to episode 2 of Game Fiends.
Hold on.
Today's number. Oh yeah, go ahead. While everybody get together. But yes, this is episode 2 of Game Fiends, guys. Everybody that's in the chat. Tonight we're gonna have a good show. When we talk about Sony, Microsoft, and a few other things that's been going on, especially a lot of the chaos within the gaming industry for these past couple of days. If you guys have seen my responses on Twitter, it's just like on fire right now. Everybody's opinions and stuff. So it's definitely gonna be fun. But yes, I have my brothers, Strike and Keo. Say what's up, guys.
Yo, what's going on?
Let me get all this stuff started and
What's up,
everything.
y'all?
Go hide that here. Let me go put this here. Yeah, so as I said before, once we get everything situated as far as the studio is concerned, we'll be back in the studio doing our recorded episodes and everything. So let me go. We got what's up, Blaze? What's going on? What's up, PWX? And what's up, Neo? So yeah, so before we begin, of course, I always want to ask my brothers to what games y'all currently doing, or what y'all doing this week? What games are y'all currently playing, or games you have in mind or planned out? What are y'all doing? Starting with Keo.
Apparently, was it Towerborn is coming out for all consoles. I think it was tomorrow.
Is that all
So
consoles? You
yeah,
know, like for PlayStation and stuff?
PlayStation and stuff. So some of my friends, not all of them, are going to get that game. I know Mel's getting it. Alex is interested in it. I ain't
Mhm.
bothered to add that, so I don't care. It's only $24 anyway. You can't beat that. And I'm playing this one Switch game right now called Bokiru. It's it's a platforming action game right now. It
Mhm.
was like 30 something bucks. I got it like a week ago, and then I
Right.
downloaded Ocean Horn 2. It was $11. I couldn't say no. It's enhanced on Nintendo Switch 2. I couldn't say no to it.
Oh, nice.
Like Legend of Zelda, pretty much.
Nice. What about you, Strike?
Is he
That's how.
talking to
What about you, Strike? Wait, can you hear me?
yours?
It's right.
I don't know.
It's his webcam.
Man, his webcam kind of choppy.
But let me go read these chats. We go. Landon, what's up, man? What's up? What's up, Alarian? What's going on? Yeah, everybody's coming in
Oh
and
shit!
stuff.
My right.
But nobody in this technical difficulty. We still trying to sort this out.
All right. Now what's the question again?
Yeah, I was saying that. What game have you been playing this week, or what games you plan on playing this week? I already asked Keo already. He said something about Towerborn. You getting that too? He probably yeah. Webcam.
Does he have a webcam problem? What is he? I don't know what problem he having there. Are you having a webcam problem? What is he doing?
I think I'm having both problems.
Was I can hear? I just heard what you said.
All right, let me put you in the private room so you can be able to fix that real quick. I'll put you back in. All right, have him do that real quick. But yeah, so so tonight is going to be pretty interesting. I wanted to start off with the first topic of what's going on, especially in the gaming industry, and got everybody talking, especially for the past couple of days, with Blue Point. Blue Point Studios. That was one of the studios that Sony had acquired. Was it like 5 years ago? I think it was not too long ago. It was about 5, maybe 6 years ago, because the PlayStation, when PlayStation 5 released, they had released, and this studio had worked on remakes for the PlayStation, as Shadows of Colossus, and also when the PS5 had released, they had released the Demon Souls remake. So apparently, Sony has shut the studio down, and it has a lot of Sony fans and just gamers in general. That's quite disappointing because they seen Blue Point as a way to be able to, you know, fill in the blanks, while gamers wait for those major exclusives and everything. So I wanted to bring this up because IGN themselves had also brought it up and covered it and everything. So we're gonna go do that real quick. Let me go grab this and we go add him back. There we go. Yeah, you back, Strike. I got you back on. All right, so let me put this over here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. So it says PlayStation shuts down Demon Souls, Shadow remake studio Blue Point Games. Its live service God of War title was canceled in January of last year. And if you guys don't know, Sony was going through a lot of canceling of live service games. They was canceling them left and right. We were supposed to get a Last of Us, a God of War, and a couple others they had in the woodworks, and then Sony decided to scrap all of them, especially after the situation, much later when Concord had failed too as a live service game, and that really hurted their pockets financially. So an article says PlayStation has shut down Blue Point Games, the studio behind the remakes of both Shadow Colossus and Demon Souls. This comes from Bloomberg, which confirmed the news with PlayStation. Roughly 70 employees are going to be impacted by the closure when it officially occurs next month. Blue Point Games, I quote, is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community, a PlayStation spokesman told Bloomberg. We thank them for their passion, creativity, and craftsmanship. And that's crazy, especially when people lose their job, get fired, and then they just, they give you that PR, we respect them for, giving us the creativity and the craftsmanship and stuff like that. It just hurts, man. Especially if you're a person who lost the job, and then you look up on the internet and you hear the spokesperson just, hey, yeah, we really appreciate them, but y'all let them go. Yeah, right. So it says according to the previous report by Bloomberg, Blue Point was working on a live service God of War game up until January of 2025 when the project was canceled. The studio then spent last year pitching new projects, but ultimately was shuttered before it could get one moving. And it said Blue Point was founded in 2006 by former Retro Studio employees. I didn't know that. And proceeded to work on a number of PlayStation games, including several collections of existing games such as God of War Collection, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, and Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection. Oh, nice. It also served as a support studio on ports of games like PlayStation All-Stars, Flower, and Titanfall. Yeah, so these guys had a catalog, and I would say pretty much the backbone for Sony when it came to these collections that they were able to capitalize on. But Blue Point claim to fame was its 2018 remake of Shadow Colossus, and my dad loved Shadow Colossus, and I was surprised that Shadow Colossus was getting remade, because it was it's one of those rare games, really niche games, because the original creators of Shadow Colossus was also the creators behind Ico on PS2, and it was one of those. Yeah, it was one of those charming games, and I didn't expect them to even, make actually do a remake to that. So I just think that, that was pretty cool, and I can see it getting the high praises because Dad also got the remake, and he was fiending on that. So that I can see why they got them to fame. It wasn't until after Demon Souls that Sony acquired Blue Point in 2021. Under Sony's management, Blue Point did some co-development work on God of War Ragnarok, but otherwise did not release or announce any games. So yeah, the thing that I hate about this, before I give it to you guys, is the fact is that with Sony and Microsoft, especially Microsoft is known for this. What's the point of acquiring these studios and then you don't even let them cook? You know what I'm saying? You acquire them and then you take their talent and make them work on pre-existing shit, on projects that already exist, instead of letting them cook to do their own thing and stuff like that. And to me, it was just a waste, because I guarantee if they didn't acquire them, things probably would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? What was the point? You brought them in there and now you dissolved them. So, what are your thoughts on this? Starting with Strike.
I mean, honestly, even though they could have been working on other things and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
I did appreciate them for their remasters and remakes, because they were like, to me, they were like the best example of how you do remakes and remasters. I mean, those remakes and remasters, they feel like totally new games, especially Shadow Colossus. They did an amazing job with that joint, like, because the old Shadow Colossus graphics were terrible, like, but
Mm-hmm.
the gameplay shined. The gameplay shined. If that company period that made those games, they always had terrible graphics, but the gameplay is what made those games shine. And then to finally
Mm-hmm.
get to a point where they can bring out the beauty that was hidden under all that, the dusty pixels and stuff like that, it was amazing. And I forgot, they made PlayStation All Stars, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It was Santa Monica Studio, and no, they helped with it. They did. Blue Point did. They said they assisted with it with All Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I thought they did an amazing job with that, but it does suck to just be in a state of just wondering that what they could have did if Sony wasn't like, hey, just remake these games to hold people off, even though they're not really coming out with shit. You had hold people off for nothing, because y'all not dropping shit. But it does suck to wonder what if Sony would have just let them cook, and what things they could have brought up and made. But who knows, later on down the line, they might, just like other old wonderful companies, maybe later on down the line, a couple years later, they might come back and get funding and make a whole new studio and just come back with a vengeance. So.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. And before I let you answer, Keo, I'm gonna bring up this article, still about Blue Point, because we found out about something that was quite disappointing. I think it just happened. I think today. Let me put this article up on the browser real quick for you guys. All right, here we go. So it says Blue Point almost made a remake of Bloodborne and a spinoff of Ghost of Tsushima. So it says after the announcement last week, insider Detective Seeds has provided new information about the events that led to the demise of Blue Point Games. As a reminder, the developer will be closing its doors next month. 4 employees of the studio discussed the following details. Of course, it's difficult to know if these details are entirely true. So yes, let's also hold this with a grain of salt too. First of all, it's important to note that there were various reasons why Blue Point Games moved away from remakes. Firstly, the new version of Shadow Colossus, released in 2018, lost money for Sony despite its undeniable qualities. In addition, a large part of the team wanted to move on to a completely original project. And that's sad to hear, is because, like I said, the creators of Shadow Colossus, Last Guardian, and Eco, those are niche games, and those games are very like especially when it comes to Eco and Shadow Colossus. Those are like classic masterpieces and stuff, and very artistic, and its narrative and stuff like that, how they present these games and everything. So that's why I said it was kind of shocking that we were like a remake to Shadow Colossus. Like who was asking for that? I'm not in a bad way, but I'm saying like I've know very little people who know Shadow of Colossus. Very little people. For them to remake that. So to hear them say that, because all the praise that it did get, to hear them say that it didn't sell and it was well for Sony or whatever like that, that's kind of like a shot in the gut. But at the same time, it's a niche game. It's a niche game, and I can understand a studio saying like, we do these we like doing these remakes of games that already exist and stuff, but we also a company too that wants to make our own shit. So I understand. So it says, however, after the release of Demon Souls on PS5 in 2020, Blue Point expected to be given a remake of Bloodborne. A design department with 1 or 2 people have been set up. However, the project was never approved due to the relationship between Sony and From Software, which has been described as fragile. Sources even say that such a remake would never see the light of day because these issues between the two companies. So because if you remember, Demon Souls and Dark Souls are two different
Yeah, they
series.
are.
Yeah, because one, yeah, Demon Souls I think is exclusively was a Sony thing. But
Yeah.
I guess because of that fragile, whatever happened, I don't know that I don't follow from some software or any of the Souls games and they're in the like the history and stuff like that. So I'm guessing because of that fragile nature of it, that's why it broke off and then you start seeing Dark Souls and now it's a multi-platform type of game and stuff like that. So I guess we'll probably never see, probably ever see, unless somebody else come in and remake it, but we'll probably never see them redo a Bloodborne game. So he says after acquiring 2021 and supporting Santa Monica Studios on God of War Ragnarok, Blue Point began working on a new episode without knowing that it would be a games as a service title. At the time, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan wanted to model the God of War franchise on Assassin's Creed by exploring different mythologies. No creative director have been appointed for the project, and several designers and key members of Santa Monica joined the team. Ultimately, this partnership gave rise in tension, and when the staff was informed the game service nature of the title, 75% were against the idea. Due to missed deadlines, the project was canceled. But here's the thing right here. Subsequently, Blue Point reportedly proposed a remake to Jak and Daxter and one of the Resistance games, and even a remaster of the Shadow Colossus with new content. Bloodborne was back on the table for 2 to 3 months before being rejected again by Sony. 2 licenses were also in the works, including one called Black Fang. This was a spinoff of Ghost of Tsushima. The Japanese company gave the studio teams 5 to 6 months until March 2026 to prove they could make it happen. So yeah, so that's crazy. I want to hear your thoughts, Keo. What do you think about this? The fact that we could have got a remake to the Jak games.
Well, I would have been excited if they did it, just because Jak was like one of my favorite titles on PlayStation 2, and to see that they have like basically like repackaged the game and then sold them for discount prices, but the graphics, like they're pretty much the same. There's just no retouching to the textures and stuff like that. But I think the frame rate was adjusted and everything. I would have been excited if Blueprint would have did it, and I would have been more excited if they would have just actually if they would have just did the whole dog collection, even Jak X Racing, which I only played the demo to Jak X Racing. The Jak series, we'll never see that ever, ever, ever again. And that's the sad part about it. Blue Point also, they did the Gravity Rush that was on PS Vita. They had redone that and brought it to PlayStation 4. The game looked amazing. I love that game. Like I did every single thing in that game. The game had like comic strip like flicks and stuff like that. And I like that it paved the way to make Gravity Rush 2. And then they dropped a DLC package for Gravity Rush 1 that leads into 2 to wrap up a few loose ends and stuff. And I thought that series was definitely fun. Sony lost a good company in my opinion. They dismantled it. It smells like Xbox to me. Like you buy all these good companies and you just dismantle them and stuff like that. And far as though to pass it on and stuff like that, when Neil Druckmann said, "Nah, man, we're not doing that Jak and stuff, that cartoony stuff. Nah, man, we're not doing the realistic games cartoon games anymore." I was totally disappointed when he came out and said that. I'm like, bro, like, matter of fact, what does Naughty Dog do besides make these Uncharted games? Like, what did they do? Like, what did they do? Like, that company's allowed to stay around, but we lost a company like that point. And as far as with the Bloodborne remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it, did we actually really need one? To be honest, the game ain't that old. It's not that old. Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
People love it, man. People love blood. I mean, I told you I'm not a soul. I know you had Bloodborne. You enjoy it. You played it a lot. But people say it's the best Souls game. Like the way people talk about it, I literally hear people say that's the best Souls game. And stuff like that.
Elden Ring is the best Soul game I ever played. and I beat that junk.
You know, don't let other people hear. They eat you alive.
Yeah.
Like they like the game, but
there, Strike said it. I want to say the same thing. Like, oh, be careful. You don't want nobody clipping you up. I can imagine you getting clipped. People putting it on Twitter.
I don't know what you saw on that game.
I can imagine you getting clipped. Like, yo, who this dope mother?
The game more so you aggressive in
let's stop. Let's just stop it there. Let's just stop it there. Go ahead, Strike. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like just to expand on what Keo said, yeah, I think it's a terrible loss that Sony is pretty much where's the catalyst behind whatever they didn't do right by this company.
Mm-hmm.
It had so much potential, just showing in their remasters and stuff. As far as the Bloodborne remake, I never really like. I'm not really like a Souls guy. Like every now and again, I dip into the genre, but I never really cared for Bloodborne. But I always had like respect for like even like that's the thing about me. Like with certain genres, even if I don't play them, and I can still see the potential and the good things within it. So I still had a respect for it, but I was never really interested in Bloodborne. But it'd been nice for the fans to have it. To have a Bloodborne remaster, because even though it's not super old, we weren't getting a Bloodborne 2. So to get that John back and even better, like more modern graphics would have been cool, and people would have been satisfied with that, because you know they weren't getting that that scratch for that itch, you know. So
yep, perfect. So that was Blue Point right there. So let me go read the chat real quick before we move on to the next topic. Let me go. Let me grab the links. There's one thing I hate about this StreamYard with this browser. The more tabs you put up, it start lagging and stuff. So that's why I gotta do one link at a time. Okay, so let me read the chat real quick. Let me see what we got here. Yo, what's up? What's up, honey? What's going on? What's up, Forrest Gardner? What's up, Derpy? Yo, what's up, Alpha? He said, damn man. He said, Lord Blade said, Druckmann is a lame duck. Yeah, man, that damn Druckmann. And he got a lot on his plate with that intergalactic game that I don't know when that shit coming out. It better show improve, I tell you that. But yeah, so moving on to the next topic. Like, I know you guys had heard the news and everything as far as Xbox is concerned. I mean, it's been spreading around like wildfire right now as far as their announcement that the sudden retirement of Phil Spencer and the sudden resigning of Sarah Bond. And we're gonna get into it with Xbox in general, because Xbox, man, is just, I don't know what's going on. I love the console. I grew up, you know, I'm gonna say growing up. I mean, I was born before the console, but I loved everything about the Xbox ever since it first debuted. And now we fast forward. I got a kid and everything, about to go to college, and here it is. Like, Xbox is not what it used to be. So we're gonna go into this article real quick and get right into it. This here. It says the end of Xbox. It said fans split as AI exec takes over Microsoft top gaming role. And that's the thing, man. It's AI. Despite AI do having its advantages and perks in certain categories or certain areas of convenience and you know, and creating things and stuff like that, AI is just changing the mindset of all from the corporate level, the corporate structure and everything. And it's also impacting us as consumers too, which you talked about last episode, where we talked about the increase in, you know, RAM and graphics cards and stuff like that, and the prices and stuff. It's getting ridiculous. And it seems like a lot of companies are moving on to this whole AI and changing their whole business infrastructure to support it and everything. So the article says Xbox fan has been left divided after Microsoft announced Phil Spencer, boss of its gaming division, and Xbox president Sarah Bond would step down from their roles. Spencer, who is retiring after 40 years at Microsoft, will be replaced by Asha Sharma, an executive who previously oversaw some of the firm's AI initiatives. But the executive shakeup has sparked online debate and speculation about Sharman's lack of gaming background, with some calling it the end of Xbox. Yeah, so every time a new person takes over, a new head takes over, that's what people always question too, whether or not do they know anything about gaming. And that's what I kept saying when it comes to this industry, especially when it comes to gaming in general. Gaming is a totally different industry compared to any other industry. Gaming is an art form. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, when you have a corporate person with that corporate mindset that's in like finance and other sectors, they come in and put that type of mindset, which I'm not saying is wrong, but you still have to understand gamers or understand the culture of gaming. But they come in and everything is balance sheets and inventory and and all the other business lingo and mindsets, and they put it onto the gaming industry. It's always spells disaster. And the fact is that if they were gamers or understood what gaming is and the culture of it, then this wouldn't be a problem. Then a lot of their business decisions would make sense. But I digress. So it says it follows a challenging year that has seen major layoffs, poor sales, and increasing development costs for the gaming giant. And that's another thing that is annoying when it comes to the Xbox. Like, you're acquiring all these studios, and yet you're laying off more and more people. The game sales are not getting any better, and it's costing more to make these damn games. Like, what the hell is going on? So it says Xbox also revealed on Friday that Matt Booty, and I don't understand how Matt Booty is still, like, he's the only one. Like, he's still climbing up. Matt Booty is still climbing. Yeah. Like this dude is like this dude, disaster decisions after disaster decisions, and this dude keep failing upwards. I don't understand. And that's why I believe that they're going to still have this problem, which I've said in a lot of my videos, that you're not really just shifting people in and out is not going to solve the problem if you still have the other people that's been making the bad decisions still in place. So it says in a statement on Microsoft website, Matt Booty appeared to try and ease concerns. The reshuffle could mean a wider shakeup across Xbox, saying, I quote, "There are no organizational changes underway for our studio," which it's all they keep saying that. Phil Spencer told us that there will be no other, like there's only going to be like 1 or 2 games or something like that going over. And the next thing you know, you got Gears, you got all these titles going over. Every time they keep telling you one thing, then the announcement later on come out is the complete opposite of what they're saying. So you still can't take this for face value. But fans have continued to criticize the appointment of Sharma as Spencer's successor, citing her lack of gaming and industry experiences. Some mock the executive attempt to prove her credentials by publicly sharing her Xbox gamer tag, showing how many games she had recently played. 29, but all, 29, but all seemingly in the past month. But then we find out that she had somebody else playing on her account or something like that.
Exactly. These stories are always the same. Always the same, man. Sitting there lying.
Go ahead, strike.
Like this dog. Like it's and the thing is, like it's like you want to have a positive outlook on situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Because like nobody's against in reality, nobody's against women playing video games. I think it's high. I think it's cool. I wish I would see legit more women gamers, but you can spot bullshit from a mile away. Like come on, man. These stories always go the same. Well, yeah, I play this. I got all these, and you find out it's somebody their friends' games or their boyfriend's games. Somebody they know. The information always comes out and stuff like that. And then as soon as you talk about it, it gets touchy and stuff. Yeah. Like, come on, you don't gotta lie. We respect you more if you being real. If you're not a gamer, that's fine. we just know, because if you tell us the truth, we already know what we in for, and that's why they lied. Because they try to comfort us. It's like it's no different from when they get somebody to direct a superhero movie, they'll lie their ass off until it's about to get close to the movie coming out, and then you find out, oh yeah, I don't care about superheroes. Like, I was never really into it, and now we know why the movie's gonna flop. Like, it's no different.
Go ahead, Keo.
Works every time. Like, no, it just pisses me off. Like, they'll go around, they'll hire these people, they know that's a fact and whatnot, and then they're expecting good results. You're not going to get a good result, is because one, that person doesn't know anything. One, that person's not passionate about it. It always brings me back to the Mass Effect Andromeda take when it came down to the story. You're hiring a person that's a book writer that doesn't write sci-fi, that doesn't nothing about the franchise, but for some apparent reason, you think that's a good idea and that's a good selling point to the game. And then the person comes out and says, I never really written sci-fi. I'm not really a sci-fi person. And it just blows the whole entire narrative to the game. Like, at this point, the moment I heard that years back, I said, I'm not getting this game. I'm not getting it. Like you're literally pissing on the fans. Like, and I know, like, piggybacking off what Dex is saying, I love women that play video games. I know a couple women that play video games and stuff like that. I always have innovating conversations when it comes down to games, and they know what the heck they're talking about. But it's disrespectful that these ladies are doing it, and because it disrespects these women that actually have a passion for the industry and for these particular games that come out. And it's I don't like that. That really, really pisses me off.
It does muddy the water, because every time because like now, as you see posters all over Twitter and stuff where they're saying gaming is doomed, because Nintendo of America got a woman president, and then you got even and as I said before, like, Nintendo don't really Nintendo of America doesn't really have any real influence at all. It's just more so the diversity department in in Japan that's going through all that nonsense and stuff. But still, the fact is the pattern or whatever. And now you have we also got a female top executive in Sony right now too. And then of course now we got Asha right now. So they got those three plastered up. Man, it's crazy. But the fact is that they're really pushing this whole AI initiative that's going on right now. Now, the thing I want to talk about, because we still want, like, the topic of women and stuff like that in gaming, and especially with Xbox, Phil Spencer is retiring or whatever, But The Verge, this news outlet, gaming news outlet that focus on a lot of that stuff, had put a report out, which other sites had parroted as well, when it comes to Sarah Bond, because people were confused and was saying that, man, this feels so sudden, like out of nowhere. You just get this announcement, Phil Spencer retiring, and then Sarah Bond is resigning, and everybody assumed that if Phil Spencer leave, she's going to be the top dog, like she's the next in line. But then you find out that Asha, came in or whatever like that, and all of a sudden you get this sudden resigning. Now, a lot of people were saying that this can't be because they voluntarily or decided that they wanted to just leave the company, because it just came so sudden. Especially if you go into Sarah Bond's LinkedIn page, she was talking about how I have a lot of things in store for Xbox, and then 2 hours later it says the report came out she resigned. So it sounds like they just came in and said, you got to go, and then told Phil Spencer, like, yo, retire. You know what I'm saying? So it just feel kind of funny how it all played out. But what I don't like is how now we got these articles coming out that's saying that Sarah Bond was the problem for Xbox, and how she came in and the employees were celebrating that she got fired and stuff like that, she's leaving and stuff like that, and how because of her campaign or her initiative that everything is an Xbox campaign. Remember that commercial where this is an Xbox, that is an Xbox? They were saying it was that ruined Xbox or ruined the culture and stuff. And it really irritates me for the fact is that how are you going to just put all this on Sarah Bond? And I said this in numerous videos that the moment they put this sister in here, this woman in here to take over for Xbox, they're going to scapegoat her, because once Phil Spencer takes the next position and she gets in as the president and stuff, everything's going to be put on her. And I seen it the moment when Tango when Gears of War and a couple other titles were moving over to PlayStation and stuff. And the moment she got the president's seat, she already got hit with questions. Y'all said y'all wasn't going to take this title and put it over here. Y'all said y'all wasn't going to do this. And she had to take everything. And it was a decision that she even made. It was Phil Spencer that made the decision. But now the responsibility is off of him. And now she has to answer all the decisions that was made before she got there. So I already seen that the writing was on the wall. I didn't think it was gonna happen this soon. But I called that she was going to be the scapegoat, and then everybody is passing this article around and saying that this very decision, that everything is an Xbox, was the thing that was destroying, destroying Xbox. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like that's complete bullshit. And now we're going to have this revisionist history about all this. And the thing is, yes, Phil Spencer did some pretty cool things with the Xbox One leading to the Xbox Series X, but he didn't do enough. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people say Satella, the CEO of Microsoft, is to blame, which I do believe too, because this guy, Microsoft is the parent company. So at the end of the day, they get the last word of what they want Xbox to do and stuff like that. But at the same time, man, like, Phil Spencer fumbled the ball. We saw the one time, that meeting that he did, that discussion that he had, that he was saying that there's nothing we can do as far as, trying to win people over. No amount of great exclusives is going to stop people from buying a PlayStation or ditch their PlayStation to go to Xbox. And I'm saying, like, we're not telling people to ditch their PlayStation to play Xbox. What we're saying is to make people want to buy your Xbox, especially for people who don't have an Xbox, to have some exclusives to make them want to play it, make them want to buy it. Like, me, all three of us here, we got multi-consoles. We got all three of the consoles. There are people out there that will buy an extra console just to make sure they get those exclusives and stuff. And because we're gamers at the end of the day. So we're not loyal to one brand. We want everything to make sure we get everything across the board so we don't miss out on anything. And when he made that excuse saying that there's nothing they can do about it, if we put the exclusives out, and that sounded like that was very defeatist of him. Like, he had this defeated mindset. And then but yet Sarah Bond she's the fault for why Xbox is the way it is now. That is bullshit. So I want to hear your thoughts, Keo.
Like, my whole thing of it is, like, the moment because we've seen her for a while. I've seen her, and also I think she's attractive, but that's aside from that. But the thing is, like, she seemed like a protege coming in and basically like a mentor type of thing. So when all said and done, Phil Spencer, stepped down and whatnot, which I think Phil is sick. He looks sick to me.
Yeah, he doesn't look sickly
like he had before, but we'll find out sooner or later. But I didn't like the fact that the moment he sat up there and put the whole entire what do you call that, the Xbox Game Pass. Once he did that, that was the deciding factor for Xbox. It destroyed Xbox, and then everything's an Xbox right after that. It destroyed Xbox badly. They have their games like digitally on PC. You got their games on Steam. You can play the game on a cell phone and stuff like that. It obliterated Xbox, literally. All exclusives are not really exclusives anymore. And I said, yo, what is this man doing? Why is he doing this? And I was already hip to the fact that all this stuff was already in place before she got there. And I just figured that she's going to pick up where he left off. It was a mentorship thing and just run right into it. Then I heard out of nowhere, oh wow, we about to get a new Xbox head because this chick right here, she was the one that brought Xbox under. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I know what I've seen every Xbox doggone was it like after it got off was it E3 when they started having their own streams and stuff like that. At
Mhm.
that point, he had already put the foundation down and stuff like that. I said, yo, she's only following the foundation that he put down. How can you blame somebody that's only been there for like 5 months as a head when Phil Spencer was going to in control of everything? That wasn't fair.
Mhm.
I don't want to put that all on race. I think that has nothing to do with that. I don't want to even put that all on gender. That has nothing to do with that and whatnot. When you got all these uh, 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 politics going on and stuff like that, you definitely lose the ball of what the real topic is. Now we got this Indian chick in there, and then finding out I didn't know that the head of Xbox is an Indian boy. The board is
Microsoft. He's the head of Microsoft CEO. Yeah.
I didn't know that. So he puts this Indian woman in charge and everything, and then apparently she's in the AI and all the other good stuff. So I'm not sure how they're going to integrate AI into Xbox. I'm definitely disappointed in Xbox just in general and stuff. But I do play most of my shooters now on my Xbox compared to playing on my PlayStation. On my PlayStation controller is busted anyway. But yeah.
Well, so what about you, Strike? What are your thoughts?
Can you hear?
Strike, can you hear me?
Can,
You probably don't
can you
hear me.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
The Game Pass was like the nail in the coffin.
Mhm.
The whole thing when it started with PC, which no matter what, it was inevitable that Microsoft games like that were made for Xbox were going to go to PC. So, but
Mhm.
I feel like that was the start of it because most people who can't afford consoles, they play PC. So a lot of your games and stuff like that, you know, people are going to buy them on PC when you got the big app stuff like that. Like that was also I feel like that was also hurting them as well. But that right there was an inevitable thing. But then after that, to come out with the Game Pass, it seemed like a good idea at first, and only for me because it was just like I'm a gamer, so I'm like, yo, all these games at my fingertips, and I was just being greedy. And I downloaded it. It was fun at first, but then after a while, I just found myself just bouncing from game to game and stuff like that, not finishing anything because I know I can come back at some point. Where certain games had certain games had a deadline to where they take them off and stuff. But then after a while, they weren't really putting. It wasn't really a big library. After a while, like they didn't. I feel like it was sort of like how with Disney Plus, where you know this franchise has so many things they can put on there, but yet you don't see any of those things on there. That could make this game like make this whole thing like a Goliath, you know what I'm saying, of options and stuff. So after a while, I'm like, oh, I think of one game, I'm like, all right, let's see if it's on here, and then it's not on here, and I'm like, this should have been on here, like, you know, like games like Sonic Unleashed and stuff like that, and you know, they didn't have that on there, or you know what I mean. So it's like, yeah, Game Pass is cool. It, you know, they drop you know, games that would come out the same day they would come out, it would drop on there and stuff like that, but you were still lacking. I feel like it was a perfect opportunity for old games you knew you weren't going to remaster. You could have dropped all them on there and not just focus on, oh, well, these new games coming out, we're going to drop them on there, you know, as soon as they drop. And that was hurting not only Xbox, but those other studios as well.
Right.
That's extra money that they're losing because most, especially in today's economy, most people can't afford games, especially because games are like $70 and in the near future going to be going up to like damn near $100. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, people are going to jump on Game Pass for that simple fact. But that the backdraw was you're losing out on tons of money. So yeah.
I'm glad you bring up the point when you mentioned old games that you know they're not going to remaster and stuff like that on there. That's what Game Pass should have only been. I think that with the Game Pass at first was a cool idea, cool concept, as long as they kept more so the old titles, like games that been out for years and stuff. And there's no problem with that. But the thing that put the nail in the coffin is when they started putting their newer titles that's about to release. and they release it day and date for the Game Pass. So now no one's gonna go out to the store and pay for a freshly new game, at GameStop or Amazon or Best Buy to get a new Xbox exclusive game that just launched physically. Instead, I've already got the Game Pass and I'm paying monthly for it. Now I got it. That's part of my rotation. I can just play it. I don't have to buy. I don't have to drop $70. I'm already paying for a Game Pass, so I get to just play it. So of course you want to expect sales for your exclusives or your titles to see a decline when everybody can just wait. Cause like I said, I see it in the comments all the time in the trailers that they would drop for a game. And the moment people see the Xbox logo, they would say, is it coming to Game Pass? I'm like, niggas, buy your fucking games. Like, buy your games.
Oh, nothing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I can buy my games and stuff like that, but the fact that I knew I had an Xbox, the moment I was, to me, it was a natural reflex to me. The moment I see a new game, especially like if I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh, it's not one of those games I'll just up and buy right away. But if it's on the Game Pass, now you're talking, you know what I mean? Because now I don't have to waste money. Now I don't have to waste money. I can just play like what's a good example for a game that I was like, I don't know, but Indiana Jones. It turned out to be a great game, but I was like, it was so many other games that I want to get before it. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be on the Game Pass. Boom, Game Pass. Oh snap, I get to play it. You know what I'm saying? Now that's money in my pocket for another game that I can buy that I really, really want to buy. So I just feel like it's a natural reflex.
See, that's why I didn't play that whole thing with the Game Pass. I said it's too much power in one man's hand.
Because I remember on launch day when on midnight launch, the three of us went to go get our Series X, and y'all was losing your mind. Y'all came home and said, "Yo, this game is on Game Pass. I get to play this." And I know y'all kept just switching games. I said, these niggas ain't even finishing games. I said, I knew like I can't do this Game Pass, John dog.
I tried it for like about a week or two, and I said, no, this is too much. There's too much power for one man.
I started off with Record. Then I went from Record to this other joint called Dead West, and then I went from Dead West to get to the first Yakuza. And I played Yakuza for a minute, and I stopped playing it and jumped to something else.
I remember that. I kept coming downstairs. And y'all, it was just a different game on. Y'all was just losing your mind. And like Kat said, it's just too much power. It's too much power to have when it came to that damn Game Pass. But I was like, the moment it said, no, man, even new releases is coming to Game Pass, I said it's over. I said you killed any reason to go out and buy a game, buy a new game where you can just, if you already got Game Pass, it's in your rotation. You can just play it. And I was like, damn, I was just disappointed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I go out my way to try to support games on the Xbox as much as possible, especially when it comes to Japanese games, since I'm more into Eastern games than I am Western games. So I try to get as many Japanese games as possible, third-party games and stuff as possible on the Series X. But yeah, man, as I said before, the whole Sarah Bond thing, man, it's going to create this revisionist history, which I mentioned right here, because somebody in the post said Sarah Bond is hard to work with. He actually believes that. And he says, everyone knows that since her introduction. Tango Gameworks and Arcane perished under her. What?
That's a lie, man.
That's what, and this is the revisionist history I'm talking about.
People, when that came out, Phil Spencer was in control.
Yeah, Arcane Studio, all that was under Phil. And niggas are saying, oh yeah, like it fell when this studio fell the moment she came in. Like, what are you talking about? And this is the revisionist history that you're going to see. They're going to rewrite history, and Phil Spencer's going to walk away, and they're not going to charge. And his legacy would not be tarnished. They're going to respect his history and stuff, despite his fumbles. And like I said, I had no problems with Phil. You know, he did try and stuff. But if you're going to blame a studio, if you're going to blame the shortcomings of Xbox, blame everybody equally. And we're not seeing that. Phil Spencer's going to go right under the radar. He's going to go right under the radar, and everybody's going to just talk about Sarah Bond, and to me, in my opinion, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But I saw that shit coming from a mile away. But yeah, that's it for the Xbox discussion. And we got, let's see. Knight of Nair said, but I'm happy that Phil Spencer put Final Fantasy 14 on Xbox. Yeah. For my console pleb friends. And Ruin said, hola, como estas? And then Talcum says, they're peeing on us and telling us it's raining. Yeah. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And what makes it worse? And what makes it worse is you got people and these fanboys, I would say, like Colt Eastwood. Let me go bring that up actually. And this is and he's the number one Xbox. He's the number one Xbox fanboy.
Oh, he's a Xbox T sucker. Oh,
yeah, and this is why. Here we go. I had posted it here. I said, bro, this is the shit I'm talking about. This toxic positivity and shilling have to stop. Xbox fans deserve better than this. Stop allowing these content creators to sell you all hope. So I said I want to be wrong about the future of Xbox, but they haven't given me a reason to hope. And I said, Colt Eastwood, this dude, now she's in there, Asha's in there, and he got on there. This will save Xbox, and he's hyping it up, and he does this all the time. Every time shit. He always hypes it up and shit fails, and he hypes it up over and over and over and over. And to me, when I watch his videos, to me, I don't think he believes anything he's saying. He's just on the payroll to me. Like he's just saying it like just to keep the sheep going. Like he's just the shepherd and just shilling away. I truly believe that he don't believe anything that he's saying right now, because I don't believe him. There's no way in the world this will save Xbox. You said that about everything is an Xbox. And that's the thing that pisses me off too about the whole Sarah Bond situation. This is the whole thing that's pissing me off about the whole Sarah Bond situation. Because a lot of these motherfuckers saying that like this is a brilliant marketing and stuff like that. Everything's an Xbox. This, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, when she resigns, stuff like that, and the hit piece article come out of Sarah Bond. Now you got the same Xbox bros, Xbots, that's what they call them. You got the same Xbox. Now all of a sudden, it's trash talking. Everything is an Xbox. When y'all just got finished propping that shit the fuck up, and they're only doing this because they're being told to do this. They have no mind of their own, and that's what's pissing me off. That's crazy. That yeah, man. Like, so he's on to the next shit. He's on to the next grift with this. Now she in there. This was going to save Xbox. You kept saying that every time Xbox makes a dumbass decision. You keep saying that's going to save Xbox, and then we get more layoffs. And now Phil is going, and Sarah is going, and now she's in here, Asha, and now this is going to save Xbox. If y'all believe Colt Eastwood or any of these influencers, then something is wrong with y'all. Y'all deserve this. If y'all actually believe this shit, that's crazy, man. That is.
They're acquiring all these companies, and they're dismantling these companies. These companies no longer exist. They're basically becoming one with Xbox, and then eventually, they get siphoned off to other parts of the company and whatnot. And that's the other thing. I don't like that. Like, I still want these other gaming companies to exist, but they no longer exist anymore because they bought them all up and dismantled them. Soon as they make a product or a game that doesn't get them the money that they want, or they review the game and stuff like this, oh man, like, this is not what we're looking for. You know what? Let's dismantle the company, scrap the game or whatnot. We're done. I'm done with that, man. That's just stupid to me. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't at all. And it's sad. It's freaking sad. So the next topic, we definitely going to get into some Marvel Tokon. So yeah. Marvel Tokon, like, was it like 2 weeks ago? We had got the announcement for the X-Men. It was the X-Men team that's going to be in the base roster, and people had some things to say about it and everything. And I guess I'll bring the trailer up in a second right now.
Unbeatable X-Men. Oh, no, Unbreakable.
Yeah, I heard that's an actual team. I heard or something like that. Yeah, in the newer comics or whatever. So all right. So I'm gonna put this here in the chat. Let me see. All right. Ooh.
Oh, that's the this thing going.
Oh, I forgot. I gotta you're not gonna hear no sound. You ain't gonna hear no sound because I gotta put the other window. Hold up.
Gladiator right there.
Yeah, right there. I was like, here we go. Let me go. I gotta put the other share screen in order for us to hear the sound.
Show him getting destroyed.
Yeah,
I think
there we go.
What's his name? Shadow Master being in Marvel Rivals.
Shadow King.
Yeah, Shadow King.
The air trembles.
Well, I heard the video.
Yeah, I had to switch it. I had to switch to the other option.
The world may hate us. We still have to see.
And that's the storm from Marvel. Everybody.
True team is unbreakable.
Man, they did a good job with the animations and the character designs, dog. Like, yeah, Storm looked good. She looks good.
Yeah, I love the character design. Like, man, Japanese artists never disappoint when it comes to drawing our stuff.
Yeah, Magic. That's the and she was part of my
Magic.
prediction.
That's my girl.
I'm playing her. I'm playing. She in my roster. She's in my team.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah, I assume that most people from Rivals is gonna be on this game.
Yeah. And poisoning the community.
Yeah, I'm not.
Initiating attack.
Now she caught me off guard, but she's interesting.
Put her on Rivals.
I am all that remains.
Yeah, I was expecting her.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah, put her. Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
characters that I don't expect.
Yeah, make her a stretch. Down.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be dope. They did put her in Marvel Rivals.
They probably will.
We need more cross promotion with their games, man. We need more. I want to see these costumes in Marvel Rivals. That's what I want to see. Wolverine's costume, that Storm costume. I want to see that Spider-Man costume in there. Even though I don't want nobody picking Spider-Man. No.
All right, so this is interesting. When to talk about this, so it looks like they will have 5 character costumes. So you have the Mohawk from the Days of Future Past, Storm. You have the classic mustard color Iron Man. I wasn't really a fan of the classic Iron Man suit at all. I was never really a fan of the classic. And you got the classic Captain America, and then you have Doctor Doom, the Supreme. Yeah, and the Supreme Ruler, Doctor Doom, and then you have the Advanced 2.0 suit. Is this the PlayStation? Is this the Insomniac
Marvel Spider-Man?
You see how they do Spider-Man? See that cross promotion? That's what I want to see. I want to see that. Put it on all.
And I was hoping they put it in there.
That's dope, man. Like that's some good promotion right there.
And you got the animated chromatic color unlocks for all 20 characters, 20 launch characters. So you get that for all 20 and stuff. And then you get the pre-order bonus. You get the Infinity Gauntlet, the Cosmic Surfboard, Baby Groot as a lobby pet. But here is this what got me interested right here. The character packs, whereas we only getting 4 characters in a stage for year 1 for the character pass. Now the reason why I say this is interesting is because as you can see here, when we saw the part where they do this right here, they show the Unbreakable X-Men. So it appears like with the advertisement, they may be doing a four-man cell that represent a certain team and stuff like that. So if this is a 4-man team and I'm seeing 4 characters for the season pass, will those 4 characters be a team, or would it be one individual character that's going to go to that represents a future team once the next pass come out and it fills out that team? So that's what gets me curious. And if it is going to be,
I think so.
You think so?
No, I think so, because and to me, what proves it is one, Storm was already in the game, so the fact that you added 3 other characters on to that franchise, and then you come out with a trailer called the Unbreakable X-Men trailer, it just further on proves along that since their theme is teams, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you're saying the character packs and it comes with 4, is a telltale sign that it's going to be, it's going to be they're going to give you all characters at one time and stuff like that. So I figured we're going to get a Guardians of the Galaxy team because Star-Lord is already on here. So they're going to add 3 other Guardians on here. The Guardians is pretty big besides Drax and all them. And then we already know they're getting we got Ghost Rider on here. They could do a Midnight Suns team where they can add Blade and Morbius and stuff like that, and maybe Moon Knight or something like that. Or it's already been leaked that Doctor Strange is coming. So they can do like
Illuminati.
Yeah, they can do like a Defenders setup. Yeah, Illuminati or Defenders. They can do Namor and was it Xavier and stuff like that. Who knows? The sky's the limit.
Like,
yeah.
What I was thinking was like they may not come like with like a full character pack. They would have each like one character, right? And then each time they release something, when that other character connects to that other character for each pack like that.
All right, so that's interesting because I was thinking that we already have a roster of 20. So I was thinking that some of those people within the roster may not have a full team, and then that when that first fighter pass, each character that's on that pass will probably complete a full team if that makes sense or whatever like that. I was also thinking that as well, especially if we only have Ghost Rider. We don't even know what the other characters are yet, so we really can't really say much about what teams are going to be in there, because I know we can probably have Avengers because we got we already got Iron Man, we got Captain America. Yeah, so whoever the other 2 characters are going to be,
and then we can get Thor. We can get Thor and Hulk.
Yeah, yep. We can definitely get that. We can definitely get that to be able to fill that out. But what's also interesting too, what people were saying, and I was kind of, I wouldn't say confused, but it caught me off guard, or it had me scratching my head. Where is it at? Let me go fast forward. Here we go. This right here, a symbol. So many people, include myself, we were thinking like, does this mean that there's team specific supers? You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you put, depending on the team that you put together. Now I'm hoping that they do what Marvel Ultimate Alliance does. You know how you just mix together. Yeah, because that's something I want to do if I do a Venus and Ryan Comics fighting game. Like you put certain groups together in a fighting game, tag game, it makes a certain team and stuff, and they got their own specific super and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if they're going to do something like that with this, because it kind of suck if it just only does it for the the fixed team that they have. Like you got to have just these specific 4 X-Men in order for you to do like a symbol special. I think it'll be pretty unique. Then that means there is extra layer of depth, because then you have to think about like, damn, like does this team actually makes the team? You know what I'm saying? Like how Ultimate Alliance is. Like what happens? I put these combinations. Exactly. Then now that's where the strategy come in. Then you are less likely. Then people won't be too like critical of the whole. Is it a tag team or is it a 1v1 approach? Because then now it does matter, what characters you pick in your lineup, despite them not having their own individual life bars and stuff like that. So I think that'll be pretty interesting to see, if that is the case, where you can just assemble teams and to create teams and stuff like that.
And I feel like if they do it that way, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, they will give you like a list of different combinations of each characters that can be together that will unlock this certain team up attack and stuff like that. So like and obviously they would go based off of comic relations. Like if these characters were on a team together at some point in the comics, or do they have a relationship with each other in the comics? So and I feel like since they're doing this 4-man team, I know for sure we're getting Fantastic Four in this game.
Hold 1 second. So people saying their comments are blocked. I'm trying to, like, YouTube is blocking my comments too, because I'm trying to answer you guys. It says YouTube. It said YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. All I did was ask if y'all guys are blocked. Let me see.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see your comment.
You can see my comment in the chat.
I see comment block. I see hello.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they see my comment. It's only happening on YouTube. It's not happening on Twitch. It's probably an error. It's probably some glitch. You said I will talk with service chat and feedback mode. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying right now. Like everybody is not able to comment, but I see everybody's comment. Everybody's talking though.
Oh, his comment just popped up on the join.
Yeah, I'm because I'm clicking it. I can see everybody's comments, but they're saying that they're blocked.
Okay.
But I try to type to them to see if they see my comment, but I get a message saying it's blocked, that it could be spam or something like that. I think it might be an error on YouTube. But I see your comments, guys. I see what y'all saying. Yeah, I see what you guys are saying. But yeah, I think it's an error or a glitch going on with YouTube. Because
I couldn't join the chat. Kept saying it was an error, so I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I can't join." Because remember the last time I was able to join, I was able to talk to the chat.
Yeah, because X was having error, couldn't connect either at one point, but now it's connected and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, man. So that's interesting to see. Like I said, like this right here, this character right here. Let me bring this up. Yeah, Danger. Now, I got a lot of flack for this or whatever like that, because there's a lot of people that's upset that, where's Magneto, where's Psylocke, where's this, that, third and stuff. And I pretty much made a post saying that, like, this is not Marvel, this is not Capcom making Marvel vs. Capcom. This is Arc System Works. So if you're expecting a Capcom roster in an Arc game, then you're going to be disappointed or whatever like that. I think it's cool for them to try something else and try something different. And I was saying that if we leave it to you guys, this whole entire game will just be X-Men characters. And, of course, people being disingenuous. Well, Danger is an X-Men. So what the f are you talking about? I said, that's not the point. Yeah. I said, this character is different, than the usual, than what y'all asking for and stuff like that. I'm not saying,
this character's never been in the game before.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, people's not listening to what I'm trying to say. I said, we leave it to you guys, then the whole entire game would just be X-Men. I'm saying that, no, I like to see something different as far as what new X-Men characters are in there. Because guess what? Like, Danger, I ain't know shit about this character, but couldn't find out Danger debuted in 2005. So this character is it's more of the, 2005. This character's debuted in 2005. So this character is an old character, but more new, if you want to compare it to the 90s and stuff like that, and the 80s and stuff like that. So, so seeing this character, and the fact is that she's the embodiment, she's the physical form of the Danger Room. I think, and by Shi'ar, and because of with the Shi'ar technology, because the Danger Room was crafted by Shi'ar technology anyway. That's why they're able to do all this crazy stuff. Because how are they that advanced? But yes, the Shi'ar technology and stuff. So the fact is that they see a character like this, I think it's pretty awesome. And Japanese developers and robots, they know how they let them cook. And I think I like what they've done with this design. And plus, a lot of people saying, like, why they had to make her like this cutesy waifu looking robot and stuff. I was like, because Japanese developers, like and plus, what Marvel said too, when they first started designing Marvel Tokon, they tried to make it look more like the West.
And I remember.
Yeah, and then Marvel said, "What the fuck are y'all doing? We came to y'all because we want y'all to be Arc System Works. Make this shit Japanese it up." So I'm all for it, and I can't wait to see what the other characters are going to look like. You know what I'm saying?
their designs looks like I don't know if anybody watched it, but it looks like the Marvel Disc War. If you really look at it, the way the art style is, it looks like a
Mm,
Japanese anime to me, like the Marvel Disc Wars, and it was another Marvel anime that
mm,
came out a while back ago. So I was already keen to those designs already. So this isn't a problem for those that
yeah.
never seen those animes. Go check them out. They're pretty good.
Oh, I forgot. Captain Marvel might be in the base, might be in the roster to make the Avengers too. I
Oh
can't wait to
yeah,
see how she looks.
she gonna be dope.
Yeah,
She gonna
she
be
gonna look
dope.
dope. Yeah, they gonna the Japanese developers gonna hook her up. They gonna hook her up.
That's the thing. Like, look, like I said, the moment I seen that a Japanese company was doing this, and I seen the art style, I was already on board. Like, I love seeing art stuff done in anime because they always show out. They always show out. Marvel Rivals is a perfect example of that. I love the art style, man. Like, and to me, they're outdoing our own people because they've been letting us down as far as art style and stuff. So
yeah, man. Like I can't wait to see if Captain Marvel making it. And how I was sold too is when I saw Miss Marvel, because I can't stand that character, but when we saw Ultimate Alliance, when I saw Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch, she was a fun character. I like how they portrayed her in that game. They didn't make her insufferable. They actually made her a pretty charming character. And then you look at this game, man, they made her cute and adorable, and she's like she's a good character. They're like playing in the beta and stuff like that. She busted as hell and shit like that. But
the Marvel Avengers game, she was annoying as fuck. I hated her in the Marvel's Avengers game.
Y'all niggas.
This Miss Marvel and the Ultimate Alliance, they all three of them are different characters. But I was able to take the Ultimate Alliance 3, loved her in that, and I played with her in the game. I like her charisma and everything. I think she's perfect. Even though I don't like her initially, but
Landon, that's not a bad setup. Black Widow would be dope on the game.
Black Widow will be dope. Yeah, Black Widow will be dope for like an Avengers team.
She gonna fight like Jill on Marvel's Capcom 3. That's how she's gonna fight.
No, but she was actually good. And I actually liked her moveset in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. She had the two Billy.
She was dope.
Yeah, she had the batons. Yeah, she had the batons, and she had a lot of grapple moves. She was able to jump. She was jumping on the wall. She would slide underneath you, stun you with her her widow stinger things. Yeah, she was pretty. Yeah, DLC. She was DLC. I had her.
I want Black Panther in this game. Man.
Oh no, he's in the base. He's gonna be. There's no way in the world
Black Panther was fire in Infinite, yo. He was one of my mains, yo. His combos were crazy.
There, dog. There's no way in the world you're gonna have this game and he's not in the base. I think, and that's gonna probably be requested by Marvel themselves, saying they probably got some characters. They probably got some characters. They would say, no, these characters have to be here.
We need Blade and we need Punisher. We need Daredevil.
Yeah, you got Ghost Rider
and Luke Cage.
Yeah,
Ghost Rider's already there. He's a Midnight Sun member. They go and put Blade in there. They go and put Moon Knight in there. They have to do it. That's the Midnight Suns right there. They have to put them in there.
Yep. Now, as far as we cannot have a Marvel fighting game without, we need Venom. Venom has to be in there.
He has to.
Venom has to. Venom definitely has to be in there.
You know he gonna have. You already know that already.
Yeah, something going on with the chat. Wait, who's somebody headphones is on? Oh yeah, but something going on with the YouTube chat because it's blocking people's chats. I don't know. I think it's a glitch.
They're on to us, something.
Oh yeah. Can you guys? Yeah. I'm typing to them.
I can't even join the chat.
Yeah, it could be restream or
I was able to text to YouTube and then I got rejected again. So yeah, it's an error on YouTube. It's the error on YouTube's part. My prediction for Ghost Rider's team: Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Blade, and Nico Minoru.
Who is that?
Nico be fired. The West from No, that's the Asian John from the Runaways, the Magic chick.
Oh yeah. You know they're gonna do that because
Nico be good.
I noticed with Marvel Rivals, like
I haven't heard
they
Rival.
got a lot of Asian characters in that John based off the creators of that game. So I have
Oh,
a
I
feeling
forgot. And Iron Fist, he'll be nice in this game too.
yeah, he was
Iron,
latest in Marvel's
Iron
Capcom.
Fist,
He
yeah,
was
Iron Fist would be dope.
put him in the game too.
Yeah, and his
Luke Cage.
mechanic, yeah, his mechanics would be dope in this game too.
No,
Yeah, just do it.
Shang-Chi, man. Shang-Chi.
Man,
Hot.
anyway, yeah, Luke Cage.
There is, there is.
Daredevil,
Oh, he was. All right, man.
like freaking trash, man. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, dog. I think that'll be. I think that'll be dope if they do that. So then let's go to let me go bring up this other one. Let me go close this out.
Hands down. Well, Black Cat is rumored to be Marvel Rivals. Apparently, Black Cat and White Fox, this Asian chick that knows Squirrel Girl. Apparently, shapeshifter. We'll see. We'll know more about her next month. Hopefully, we'll see something.
Let me go. Grand.
Oh,
Was it that he refreshing? It's still. It's definitely an error. It's definitely a server error. It's definitely no, because if I can't even log in on the John. I can't log in at all because I tried logging in about like five, 6 times already. Prediction for Spider-Man team: Spider-Man, Ms. Marvel, Kate Bishop, and what? Prediction for Spider-Man team. But that I mean, that would make sense. It would have to be Spider-Man, Venom, dang. Who else?
The heck?
I mean, I can be a jerk and say Rocket. Nobody know who the heck he is. I mean, you could put Daredevil on the team too. That's a street level hero on the Spider-Man team. They definitely not putting Black Cat on there.
Landon, why would they put that team together? That was Spider-Man team. Like,
what, Venom, Spider-Man, Daredevil? I mean, it's possible. Spider-Man team, Black Cat, Miles. They're not putting characters on there. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
They should do a street level team.
A street level team. What was it? Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones. Team right there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Grand Blue. Yeah.
Yeah. So this game right here, man. Like, we haven't got a chance to talk about it. When it was announced a couple weeks ago that Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is coming out with an expansion, man, called Endless Ragnarok. As I said before, like this game, we waited nearly 11 years for this damn game, nearly 11 damn years, and after they made this game, they gave us like 3 DLCs, and then they just routed, they just bounced, they just went ghost. And I'm like, that's it. And I said it before, I was on the shelf as far as like, you know me, I said I wish games would be just, developers just create a game, pack it with content, and then just move on. And like stop doing these live service and all these, nickel and dime with all these DLCs. But when it came to this game, I waited for 11 years and they just dipped out after that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I kind of want this to be like kind of a live service because that was it. They just went ghost. But no, man. They came back with this announcement for the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's funny. I was talking to my brothers and them like months ago. I said, "Yo, dog, that would be crazy for Switch 2. They'll do, they'll port. I was thinking just a port with just extra features or something like that. But they gave us a damn expansion pack with over a hundred something new missions. You know what I'm saying? Some more characters that we can play, and it's upgradable. If you have the base game, you can just upgrade it for, I believe, about what was it, $40 I think it was. And if you want to get it like brand new, it comes with both the expansion with it. I think it's like $60, I think. And with Nintendo Switch 2, you can ever play local multiplayer together with if you got Switch 2s and stuff like that.
For the story mode, right?
Yeah, except for the story. It's just that you can only do the missions and stuff like that, but you can play locally with each other. So I think that's even cooler though. So you have to wait for a lot. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty cool. Like how we used to do with the Monster Hunter for PSP and stuff like that. So I think that will work and that'll be pretty cool. And everything. 1 minute. I got a $2 super chat from Lost Monster Man. What's the villain team ups would be would be for Marvel Rivals, the Marvel Tokon?
It's the villain team ups. Yeah, that's actually a question, actually.
I would say yeah, I would say probably Green Goblin. They could do a Sinister Six if they wanted. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro, and and Shocker. I mean, it wouldn't be full six, but they'd be representatives.
Yeah, representatives. Yeah.
Shot, man.
I mean, I'm trying to think of some Marvel villain teams, like because there's Marvel villain teams, like it's in the comics that you normally see them together, as a group and stuff like that. I'm trying to think, like who else, like what other?
You got the Serpent Society. They could do that.
Oh yeah.
They could do a Hydra type setup.
Yeah, with MODOK.
They could do the
AIM. Yeah, you can do AIM with MODOK as the leader and stuff like that. That was a weird choice for Infinite, but they made it work.
What's the name? Question: how's Rogue in Marvel Rivals? Oh, I love her. She's like one of my main tanks that I use. I love her. I use her all the time. Actually, I was using her yesterday. Actually, eventually, once I'm done doing what I'm other stuff work wise that I'm trying to do, I'll make a structure so you guys can check out us playing Marvel Rivals and a bunch of just more so just competitive game that you guys can see me playing with my friends. So Marvel Rivals will be that staple game that y'all get to see me play pretty much.
Yeah. We'll be live streaming. We'll be live streaming together some games. So we're going to get that all situated how we want to do it and stuff. Especially like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok. We definitely want to be doing that. My brothers, like I said, they got Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I'll be live streaming that too with them and their friends and stuff like that.
Crossworld too.
Yeah. Crossworlds, Sonic Crossworlds. So we'll be live streaming that. We will be, like I said, Marvel Rivals will definitely be doing that. I definitely got to catch back up with my brothers to help they can help me beat the Space Marines too, the Warhammer game. So So we got a lot of games coming up for you guys, so you better play. And then I'll do some highlights, so you guys can be able to see it archived and everything for you to be able to check those out. I may even make an archive channel, so all my archive stuff for highlights and stuff will go there.
Grand Blue is coming out July, right?
Yeah, July, yeah.
Okay. What is it? I'm getting that day one, but also we don't know how many hours is the story mode. The story mode was pretty difficult in the first game, the first base game. That one was pretty difficult.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we know it's never about the story. It's about the multiplayer, where because like I said, like people who actually plays through their base game of Grand Blue, you can put about 250 hours in Grand Blue. Like the base game is more so about the grinding and playing multiplayer and getting all the equipments, the weapons and stuff like that. You can put about 200 and maxing every character out. You can put about 250 hours in. So yeah, but like I said, they add a couple hundred more, like 100 and something more missions, and then not counting the story and stuff. So and like I said, I beat the base game, but I didn't beat the in-game stuff, like the in-game story or the base game, because that requires to get a team together too. Mm-hmm.
And with this new one, they added that new dungeon mode, whatever. So
that looks dope. Yeah, that looks dope because it's like a Souls game. Like it's a single, but it's not multiplayer. It's only like solo play. That's for you, because the problem is this is what I said before. Like the thing about this game is, if you haven't played this game, my warning to you guys is don't recruit every character in the story. wait until you beat the game and then start recruiting your characters. If you are going to recruit a character during when you do your story play in the base game, if you haven't gotten this game, only recruit one character. And I recruited Normaya, the chick with the katana, but I didn't recruit anybody else because the problem is if you start recruiting characters, you have to, in order for you to level up these characters, you all share the same point system to be able to, you know, upgrade your character stats and stuff like that. You start to exhaust those resources, you know, when it comes to like upgrading your weapons and, you know, enhance, you know, and changing your weapons into like different forms and stuff like that. You have to start spending them across all the characters, and you can't do that. Well, what they're doing with Ragnarok is for this to fix that problem, you can take those characters into that Dark Souls type of mode, that roguelike mode, and you can grind your characters there, characters that you don't typically use, and you can be able to get resources and stuff to be able to level those characters and catch those characters up. Because that's where all your hours go into, trying to get everybody some of your favorite characters, because you can't level everybody. You really can't, because you start to run out of resources. So you got to start being smart with it and everything. So, about
to do all that, or you can grind it out really, really hard right now. So you got that option. But at the same time, too, my question would be, I didn't buy the DLC characters. I never got any of them. If I buy this game, will I get those DLC characters with this game free?
I believe you would. I believe you would, because remember, this is more so. This is promoted to, promoted to the Switch version. People who've never played the game. So obviously they would give them this version, and they will get everything that they never got because
that's exactly. With the Endless Ragnarok, you would get the total package of, you know, everything that was on like DLC and stuff that was in the base. That package version would have all that. Kind of like what they did with the fighting game. Like when you upgraded to Ryzen, you had all the characters package, but you don't get the new characters. You have to, you know, those DLC characters. That's for that and stuff like that. But yes, PWX, do not recruit all the characters in the story. Like, because if you got I got a review. You can go on my channel and look at the review. The thing is, the story mode, and like I said, the story is only, you could beat the story in like 15, 20 hours. Like the story's not that long. And like the story, and that was a disappointing part for me because I was thinking that was going to be like this grand JRPG, you know, adventure where you got Gran and he meets his fellow Skyfarers. But no, like this team is already established, relationships are already established already. They are a team. This is just one of their mini adventures, which is kind of disappointing to me, or whatever. And then, as I said before, even though it was a good game, it's more so treated like a Monster Hunter or like a Phantasy Star Online, where you got a hub city and then you just do instant quests and stuff like that, and that's it, or whatever. There's no like, you know, exploring dungeons together and all this other type of stuff. No, you just wipe the field, get to the balls, get the loot. So it's a looter or action RPG, if that makes sense to you, whatever.
Like when you play the game, they roughly walk you through like the story plot and stuff like that from, you know, the cell phone game. If you don't want to do that, I went back and I watched the anime. The anime is almost closely word for word of the game, and it gave me an insight of how the world works.
This game is just to advertise their mobile game. Like this game is for Grand Blue fans. Like, so if you're a fan, you already know everything. But if you're new to Grand Blue, you ain't gonna have no fucking idea like what the hell is going on. What's the relationship with the characters? They do have the that feature where you can it's like a visual novel where you just got these words of text. You know, there's nothing really going on. That's just to give you an idea of who these characters are. But if you walking into this thinking that you're going to get this like this RPG adventure and stuff, no, this is for the Grand Blue fans, and you're just going along for the ride. So once you get that out your head, there's a lot of fun with this game. It really is. But yes, do not and the main story only centers around 7 characters, but the other crewmates that you can unlock and recruit, they're not part of the story. You can recruit them to your party, but they won't pop up in the cutscenes. They don't interact with the story itself. So that was the disappointing part. So I got Normaya, but Normaya is not in the story. She's just a character you could pick to play the story with the main story members and stuff. But I'm thinking that now that we got this new story that's coming, those characters are now, I'm just assuming, that could possibly now be part of the story. So yeah, my advice is either don't recruit any characters playing the story in the base game, or recruit one character and just save your recruitment cards until after you beat the game. Because like I said before, if you recruit a bunch of characters, and the worst part about it is as you recruit the characters, they start at a base level, which means if you already grinded out a bunch of characters, that means these characters are way, way below, which means you have to spend resources to catch them up. But if you beat the game, the base level increases closer to your characters levels and stuff, so you can start them at a more closer point and stuff like that. So that's my advice. So let's see, we got here, you said at least it's not the old Iron Man suit, the gray then later gold suit. He said, is that the danger room as a character? Yep. He said I didn't like 3 times, I guess it's only letting, okay, everybody's reading talking about the comment, seeing the comments. So I'm gonna get on that Dino Crisis. I just bought it last week.
What?
Going to do this week after I play, pay my bills. Yeah, like I said, more people today is going back to the classics and just playing a lot of the classics. Like a light. Let's see. Since you have Kamala Khan, you could add the Inhumans like Black Bolt, Crystal. Oh, Medusa would be dope. That's what I would want.
Good ass idea. I ain't think about that.
Yeah,
I want Crystal.
Oh yeah, Crystal will be dope too. Yeah, Crystal will be dope. Yeah, they'll hook her up too.
I like.
He said them dinos gonna get you, dog. Yo, dog. But yeah, man. Like it's just crazy, man. Like all like these announcements that's been coming out lately with these games, and I think the good thing about the Nintendo Switch 2 is that people keep complaining like these are just ports. Like why they constantly like, dude, that's a good thing. Like especially a lot of old games like that they missed. They get these games and then they repackage them with added content. Like for them to do this Grand Blue, I think is a great idea. Like now it's Grand Blue. Now we get an expansion to go along with it. I think that's awesome. And I prefer them to do expansions rather than live service because, like I said before in my video, when it comes to live services, there's a roadmap and then there's somewhat of a commitment. And if you make this promise, you have to make sure you fulfill that promise. And if people feel that they get robbed, they feel like they get robbed. Like if you look at the Marvel Avengers game, it failed. So people spent all this time, leveled their characters up and all this other type of stuff, put all this money into the DLC and all this type of stuff, and then the game, that's it. It failed. That's it. So people feel ripped off because the developers have to be committed to something, when they're doing the live service. But when you do an expansion, there's really no commitment. Like you make the expansion, you put it out there, and you just go about your business. And if it does well, you can come back for another one if you want to. So you're not over promising something and stuff like that. And what I like about expansions too, like Grand Blue, I was done. I thought it was over, but it gives you a reason to dust off the game and go, especially if the game is good. It gives you the reason to dust it off and revisit it. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to you constantly getting up every day, doing dailies when it comes to live services. You know what I'm saying? And it's a constant grind over and over again. Once you got that expansion pack out there, you get the content, it's done. That's it. So if this does good, I hope for them. I hope they do another one. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much you say.
Just don't take too long. Because at first I thought they was done with the game.
But yeah, but see, that's the thing I've talked about. That's the thing about expansions. The expansions is, we're going to have to wait because it's like developing a whole new part, a whole other add-on to an existing game. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's why I like expansions, because with expansions, the thing about live service, they can lie. Developers can lie and say, "Oh, this is new content." That shit can be cut content. They just dripping it to you, or in my personal opinion, I think sometimes live service games could be a way to say, hey man, this shit is costing us a lot of money to develop this game. Let's put this game out early, and then we'll complete the game through having the players play it as a live service. So the actual game isn't complete into the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So people who never bought the game, once they finally come in, the game is good. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else who went in first was saying, man, like this shit is horrible. And then it struggled through it. You pretty much helped them develop the game. Y'all was beta testers.
Fortnite.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why I think that's what a lot of these live service games are today. You know what I'm saying? And they would try to convince you that, oh, this is new content and stuff. Like even with Nintendo, with the sports games, like the Strikers and the Mario Tennis, like, oh, we getting free characters. Come on, bro. Like like bro. Free bro. They're free characters, really though, and then they give us these characters right after the game releases. We get a free character. Yeah, like come on, like, seriously, free character.
Nintendo, man, it's Nintendo. Come on,
it's free. Come on, man. Like, bro,
Nintendo don't give you nothing free without.
No, what I'm saying is like the characters. Those characters were in the roster. They specifically left them there. They just threw it out there. They just threw the game out there, and then they gonna just give you the shit that you're supposed to get.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Nintendo ain't giving you shit for free. That shit already in there.
So yo,
and that,
we get free character, free updates, like nigga, free updates. That's y'all really think that's free update
coming back?
Yeah,
that's coming back. That's all it is. They not stupid, and we fall for it every time.
Yeah, like free, like free, like they do that shit every time. Because when the Mario Strikers came out for the Switch, and they was doing that free character shit, because everybody's was already upset at the roster. Like, yo, why is this roster like small? Or why this character's missing? And then you look at the free character coming up for download as free downloads. I'm like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers should have been in the game. Like, so this shit ain't free. Like they put out a half-baked game, and now they're gonna just drip it to you, or whatever like that. Like, come on, man. Like let's be real here. Free.
What you talking about? We love our fans. Like, we give them what they want.
You said giving people old game modes repackaged as New Year's down the line. That's what Overwatch is doing. It said X-Men had a lot of weird stories back in the 2000s. Yeah, I wasn't. I only like know some of the stories from the 80s to the 90s because my dad collected comic books like back then. Yeah,
I mean, you tell me, Lando, because I don't know.
I don't know. I do want to pick it up, but I'll probably wait. I'll probably wait before I pick it up. And plus, if I pick it up, I gotta find people to actually like play with, like to play the game.
You gotta worry about yourself actually playing the games. So
yeah.
You got a lot of games you ain't going to even play.
Yeah, I'm catching up on some games. I'm definitely catching up.
You like, we get these games. Next thing you know, we don't play. I got a game just sitting there. I gotta convince my homies to get the game so we can play it.
Yeah, man. Shit. But yeah, let me see. This is pretty much the last topic for the night. And I'm glad you guys was able to catch up with us on the stream. There will probably be a stream on Friday. Not sure yet. I'm gonna see what I'm doing because I gotta prepare for the campaign for my comic book series, Very On Colors, Vampire Killers, which I'll also put in the chat for you guys if I can, if YouTube allow me to, because it's acting up right now. The campaign for Very On Colors, Vampire Killers begin on Sunday, March 1st. So see if I can post this here. Probably all right, it's in there, it's working. So yeah, as I said before, if you guys are interested in showing support for my indie comic, this is the second chapter. And if you are interested and said, but man, it's the second chapter, I haven't read the first one. You can either go to my website, VincentRyanComics.com, and buy it digital or physical, the first chapter, or you can wait for the campaign and get the bundle, the digital bundle, because this is a digital first bundle. I'll be doing a physical campaign after this one. This one has to be a success first, because this is a crowdfunding to complete chapter 2, to get the pages done. And then once the pages are done, everybody will get their digital copy, and then I will do a physical campaign where it'll have, variant covers, just like the first campaign, variant covers. You get the digital version packaged with it of that variant cover and stuff like that, with other physical goods that my brother Strike and Keo would do. We're gonna have limited goods this time. We're not gonna go all out this time, especially when it comes to the keychains. We had 500 keychains last time, and I will not be doing that as a stretch goal. That will be something you'll be able to purchase, but it's going to be limited to 32 keychains. That means each character will have a certain amount of keychains, and it's going to total up to 32 together. So they'll only be making 32 keychains, not 500 this time. So once those keychains are going, that's it. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the plan. So if you guys are interested and you want to see Fiendz Orion Comics expand into to other IPs, we say, Keo?
Landon asked the question.
Oh, Landon says, I got you. Important question for Keo and DX. How is VK chapter 2 for you two?
I've read it like 5 times, to be honest. I read it 5 times.
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's dope. I mean, I can't wait to, my character shows up, but it's fire. It's fire. I read it, like, I got the digital and I read my brother's physical copy. So
yeah.
I like reading the paperback, because I read books, so I like reading the paper. I read that joint like 5 times. And the thing is, like, when it came down to the cliffhanger at the end, and you see those other characters in the background and stuff like that, and you're like, yo, like, all right, so how are we supposed to, how long is it going to take for us to get to this next doggone issue and whatnot, after we just get to this doggone cliffhanger and stuff? And then who's these other characters in the background and whatnot? What's going to happen to Raph and stuff like that? It's just so many questions that I can't wait to be answered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, with chapter 2, my brothers are even more involved with the projects now. Moving forward, they're going to be more and more involved. Like I said, when I first started the first chapter of VK, I more so wanted to do it myself, like me, because it was something I want. It was something that I wanted to build. I wanted to see, like, can I do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I was
more
to lay
so
the foundation. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see if I can do it and stuff. But now, moving forward, my brothers, even my dad, they're going to be more hands-on. Now that I laid the foundation, they're going to be more hands-on. I can't wait to you guys see what my brothers and them got cooking and stuff coming up. If you haven't checked out the trailer to my character reveal trailer to Dr. Yolanda Briggs, I'll show you all that real quick. Yes. Can't wait to go ahead. I'll get to that in a second. I'll bring it up in a second. Kisaki said, can't wait to see your comic in my local shop. Yes, my plan is I want to build a catalog first before I start aiming for shops. I don't want to just have VK. I want to be able to have a catalog of at least 3 IPs. If I can get so I would start looking at like comic shops or just like local bookstores once I get to Siona. So then I would have VK, I would have Ultra Squad X and Siona. Now you have 3 different IPs that people can start looking into or whatever. And VK will already be like chapters ahead. Like we'll probably be already like 5 or 6 chapters in with VK. So now you can be able to catch up with VK. And now you got like your first issue or 2 of Ultra Squad X, and then you got the first issue of Siona. So yeah, I want to get a catalog first, and then I'll start pitching that around and trying to get my book into like bookstores, comic shops, and stuff like that. Especially here in Philadelphia, my goal is to try to have Fiendz Orion Comics be a recognized, a comic book place, a comic book company here, like how Marvel is in New York. I want Fiendz Orion Comics to be like that for Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to be. And then Landon says, how you felt about Jasmine Mitchell. All right, no spoilers, but y'all too, like, about Jasmine in chapter 1.
Now, for when it came down to Jasmine and whatnot, Jasmine just seemed like one of those run of the mill girls that you would see like based off her outfits, like at a rave or something like that, and
Or
you
Hot
would meet
Topic.
her there like basically her.
And we know girls like that because, like I said, like yeah,
My topic girls. And that's what Jasmine has. Jasmine has a hot topic rave girl type of feel. And not to try to get in the split because the thing is like, it forces you to try to talk
yeah,
about the but Jasmine seems to be very charismatic and stuff like that. And just based off of the first issue with her, she seems like I said, very charismatic, very, very caring and whatnot, and very curious. She had a very curious personality, which got her into the situation that she should have never been in from the jump. From
what about you, Strike?
the jump in my
Yeah,
personal.
I was pretty much thinking the same thing. Like before I like sat down and like, because we talk from time to time about the characters in the comics and stuff like that. But looking at the pages and when I was reading and I'm like, I was liking her personality. I was not expecting, I mean, I wasn't expecting a certain, so it kind of threw me off. But I'm like, all right, maybe there's something like special or something that about her that's causing these people to be involved with her and go after her and stuff like that. So I was like, I think that's the interesting part.
She has a try not to give too much away, but she has a web of connections to all these different people within that world and stuff. And I definitely can't wait to explore flashbacks. That's as much as I can say. I can't go that far.
So you're trying to build it like Spawn. We in what way? PWX. He said, fun fact, I gave Mugen a piece of my mind after reading chapter 1. Everybody did. People couldn't believe it. Because because everybody was saying Jasmine when I first revealed her. Everybody said, "Oh man, that's it. That's my girl right there." And everybody said, "Oh, that's my I lay like her."
The crazy thing is when you told me and you showed me her and stuff like that, you were saying, "Yo, everybody's going to like this character." I just know it. And then sure enough, when you revealed her and everybody's like, "Oh man," I'm like, "Oh man, they gonna be they gonna be."
Yeah.
When he did that, he built hype, and he was like, "Get away real quick."
But the moment everybody started reading, because a lot of people was like, "Yo, I'm not leaving," because like what I do is like with the first campaign, like when we about to ship, I shipped out the digital first while we're shipping the where we packaging the books and stuff like that. I do it a week ahead. I send out an email everybody to the digital. But a lot of people say, no, fuck that. Like I'd rather wait and read the book because I don't want to like or whatever like that. So I was like, all right, be careful with spoilers because I know some people will be like talking about it, and that ended up happening. My DMs, especially in Discord and also on Twitter, and my boy Cole was like, no, why? And I was getting deals like, bro, like, are you serious? Oh, like, oh man, oh shit, like, and to believe it or not. After hearing everybody's responses and stuff, it also had me thinking, like, damn, like, why did I do that? Like, shit, it had me starting to think and shit like that. But I got everything planned out. Why? Like, so everything is already planned out ahead of time and stuff like that. So I have a direction of where that's going. Even my daughter, before I released chapter 1, I had my daughter read it, and she was the same way. My dad was the same way. And stuff, so it got the response that I was expecting. So it says my bae is coming in the next chapter. I can't wait to see her. Oh, you talking about Dr. Yolanda Briggs? Yeah, it says Spawn is huge brand. They're all one mastermind. Yes, got people, but so Fiendz Comics needs to be branded here in the USA. We need something powerful. This is great. Yep. So it says, Mugen, let's have a spoiler discussion with your bros next time. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely do that. Especially, that's the goals. I'm going to try to have a bunch of different discussions as far as like each issue in each chapter. Oh, we're going to have a long discussion about chapter 2. When y'all get chapter 2, like I said, chapter 2 got 58 pages of just all story. You know what I'm saying? So you guys y'all guys gonna be in for a fucking ride. Like when it comes to that, we're gonna definitely get into some spoiler chats and stuff like that. Just in case for you guys who missed the character reveal video, I'll show that, and then we can wrap things up and stuff like that, because I know my brother's got things they gotta do too. Let me go pull it up.
Best believe I'll be reading chapter 2 about 5, maybe 10 times. And what I want to do is too, I want to go back and read chapter 1. So that cliffhanger to me, it's like I had this thing when it comes down to books. Like I would have to read like either a half a part going into that second novel, whatnot, depends on how long that novel is. But since these are comic books, I will read from a first issue all the way till I get to that specific issue. I've done it digitally, and I've done it like paperback, like little comics that I used to get from the free comic book day. So definitely, I'm definitely going to be building up to doing the spoiler discussion when we have. So I'm going to be in there.
Oh, you said Melissa Bertelli. I forgot. Yeah, Bertelli. Yes, she's in chapter 2. Yes, she's definitely in chapter 2. You get to see her debut as well. Yes, she's like I said, she's an essential character. She's going to like throughout the VK lore. So I can't wait. But yes, you're going to get her debut. So you get to see the setup and stuff. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but you'll see how everything sets up and how she's going to get thrown into all this and stuff. Like I said, Jasmine she's important for a reason. But as I said before, you will see how everybody ties in, especially how Bertelli gets into this. What you better say, Keo? You better say something?
Answering Keen. Well, Keen, when it comes down to Tokam, for all that, you might as well just do the elementals. You might as well just do Sandman, Hydro Man, what is it? I forgot. It's another fireball. It's a fireball and stuff like that, and an ice person. So you might as well just go that route. You might as well just do the elementals. Those are Marvel villains, by the way. If just in case people don't know.
Yeah, I saw your character, Neo. Dope, man. Dope. But yeah, let me just show this trailer for those who missed it, and then we'll wrap things up.
The human soul is a waveform. You can't destroy it, only distort the signal. My job is to listen before it fades. Dr. Yolanda Briggs, lead resonance analyst. I serve the retributes. Logic keeps me steady, but truth has a pulse that shakes the hands holding it. I don't chase monsters, I document them.
Yep. So yeah, that was the character reveal trailer for Dr. Yolanda Briggs. Next month in March, next week, expect the next character to be revealed. So stay tuned for that. I feel proud of that trailer. Like I put a lot of work into that, and since I put a lot of work into that, now as a template, it's the work. All the hard work is done. So now I can just do it for each character and stuff like that. So that's how it works out. So are you still concerned for Marvel Tokon gameplay? Yeah, a little. Yeah, I'm still a little bit concerned or whatever like that. I just want them to sharpen it. I just don't want it to just get repetitive after a while. Because like I said, it was kind of hard, even though, and that also didn't help that there was no training mode. But at the same time, even not having a training mode, even fighting other players, even people who are pretty good at it, it was like it's the same. It was the same repetitious setups and stuff like that. So hopefully, once we actually get our hands onto it and see like how much it expanded as far as a freedom and creativity, which you're allowed to do in the game. So Yolanda more like your mama. And said Magneto will be a great part of Dr. Doom's team. But yeah, so that pretty much wraps everything up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, the podcast, episode 2 of Game Fiends. Next week there will be another podcast next Wednesday, episode 3. So stay tuned. So we're gonna have more discussions. We'll start talking about some comic book movies and stuff like that as well when we get a chance. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. We had about 75 people watching this live stream, so that's pretty good. That's pretty dope, and we're definitely gonna keep expanding more and more. You'll better catch me and my brothers. We'll start setting up how we're going to start doing our gameplay streams together, and you guys be able to play with us too as well. But it's going to be fun, man. So we got a lot of things in store for 2026. So you guys have a good night. And as I said before, make sure if you're interested in wanting to support Fiendz and Ryan Comics and support Chapter 2 of Variant Killers, Vampire Killers, the first comic book series that launched phase 1 of my comic book universe. Definitely go check it out with the link. And yeah, man, I'll post the link one more time for you guys. And we'll be seeing you game Fiendz later. Peace out.
Congratulations, Neo.